Volkswagen currently finds itself in a precarious situation that, if not addressed with appropriate safety measures, could potentially lead to the company's bankruptcy in the near future. Thousands of cars dumped in the desert, backlash from the government, declining sales in the biggest auto market, price war, and now tough competition in Volkswagen's homeland. The severity of this situation was underscored by Volkswagen's CEO, who recently sounded an alarm that sent shockwaves throughout the entire EV industry. In an hour-long meeting, the CEO urgently addressed his team, seeking their collective efforts to ensure the company's survival. One high-ranking Volkswagen official went so far as to describe this appeal as last call, the last chance to rescue the reputation and future of this esteemed automaker from the brink of collapse. Over the past 2 years, Volkswagen has encountered a multitude of challenges, largely stemming from the aggressive expansion of competitors such as Tesla and Chinese automakers like BYD in China, who have increasingly dominated the electric vehicle market. In the face of these formidable rivals, Volkswagen has committed to a substantial investment of $193 billion to achieve its EV production goals. Over the next 5 years, a portion of this substantial investment will be allocated to several key areas, including enhancing battery production capabilities and researching alternative sources for materials to reduce the overall cost of electric vehicle production. In the foreseeable future, Volkswagen is poised to explore the introduction of more affordable, stripped-down models equipped with smaller batteries. One such model is the ID.2, which is currently in the conceptual phase and is expected to have a starting price of under $27,000, while delivering an impressive range of up to 279 miles on a single charge. This strategic approach is essential for Volkswagen as it seeks to not only secure its current market share, but also to remain competitive in the evolving landscape of the EV industry. If this plan doesn't unfold as anticipated, Volkswagen's CEO has warned that the company may face a substantial loss of approximately $11.23 billion over the next 3 years. It is this looming financial threat that prompted the CEO to propose the implementation of a new performance program designed to shield the company from further losses in the future. As the CEO candidly expressed, "The roof is on fire," emphasizing that cost control has become a critical concern in many operational areas within the company. He went on to state, "We are allowing costs to spiral out of control in numerous facets of our operations, as reported by Autocar." Moreover, he conveyed that the coming weeks and months are anticipated to be exceedingly challenging for Volkswagen. However, the challenges for Volkswagen do not stop here. They have just begun, with the recent announcement of a reduction in production for 2 electric car models, the Volkswagen ID.3 and Cupra-born EVs, taking place at the Zwickau and Dresden plants in Germany. This move is in response to weakening sales, driven by intensified competition from emerging Chinese car manufacturers and the ever-dominant Tesla. The dynamics in the automotive industry began to shift amidst the backdrop of the pandemic, particularly after China resumed production and sales. Traditional automakers such as BYD, Geely, and NIO made a significant pivot by launching a greater number of hybrid and electric vehicles than they had ever produced in the past, adding to the challenge for established players like Volkswagen. These new offerings came with a more budget-friendly price tag compared to Volkswagen's lineup. To underscore this shift, data from the information service provider, Marklines, reveals that Volkswagen managed to produce a noteworthy 97,000 battery electric vehicles within the span of January to May this year. However, the discrepancy lies in their sales figures, which only reached 73,000 units during the same period. This is in stark contrast to Tesla, a formidable competitor in the electric vehicle sector, which boasted 100,000 sales of their Model Y during this comparable timeframe. The situation took a more challenging turn when Tesla initiated a price reduction strategy, prompting other automakers to follow suit. For those who refrained from participating in the price war and continued to offer their vehicles at higher prices, the consequences were evident in their diminished sales figures. These companies had little to boast about in terms of their sales performance. Volkswagen's rivals were not content with simply competing within the immense Chinese auto market. They set their sights on Europe, indicating a profound shift in the industry landscape. A telling example of this expansion into Europe is found in Germany, the largest market in the continent, where BYD introduced its latest electric vehicle, the BYD Seal. This electric car, directly rivaling Volkswagen's electric offerings, and the popular Tesla Model 3, signals the intensifying competition within the European market, a region known for its stringent environmental standards and strong consumer demand for electric vehicles. Volkswagen's sluggish transition to electric vehicles can be traced back to the emissions cheating crisis. Over the years, Volkswagen had vigorously marketed clean diesel as a more fuel-efficient alternative to hybrid vehicles, only to later confess that those claims were fraudulent. In a staggering revelation, it was acknowledged that millions of their vehicles were emitting illegal levels of pollutants. What unfolded next is truly astonishing. Volkswagen found itself in a situation where they were compelled to repurchase 350,000 cars at a staggering cost of £5 billion due to the diesel scandal. This scandal had profound implications for the company's reputation and financial stability. As a visual representation of the magnitude of this crisis, shocking photographs have emerged, depicting lines of vehicles stretching as far as the eye can see in the Californian desert. This overwhelming spectacle was a result of Volkswagen's decision to buy back an astounding 350,000 vehicles, incurring a staggering expenditure of $7.4 billion. The image of these countless vehicles being repurchased serves as a stark reminder of the monumental repercussions of the diesel scandal. Initially, there was a prevailing belief that Volkswagen would dismantle hundreds of thousands of cars for spare parts. However, it has come to light that the company has a different plan in mind: to potentially reintroduce these vehicles to the market once they have been brought into compliance with emission standards. This strategic shift has been confirmed by Volkswagen spokeswoman Gina Ginevin. She has clarified that the storage facility in Victorville, California, is just one of many locations designated for ensuring the responsible storage of vehicles acquired back in accordance with the terms of Volkswagen's diesel settlements. The revelations surrounding the emissions cheating scandal inflicted substantial damage upon Volkswagen's reputation for engineering excellence. In response, the company has undertaken a process of recovery under the leadership of CEO Oliver Blume, who succeeded Herbert Diess. Diess, a former BMW executive, arrived at Volkswagen shortly before the scandal came to light. He had initially promised a transformative era for the company, but encountered significant challenges, particularly with Volkswagen's Works Council. Additionally, software issues led to the failure of new models and the postponement of others. Specifically, the conventional buttons have been substituted with touch capacitive switchgear, marking a departure from the traditional tactile controls. Furthermore, the subpart infotainment system has only recently seen improvements with the introduction of the upcoming ID.7 sedan. The challenges associated with electric cars began to surface as a growing number of incidents involving battery fires came to light. This predicament was further compounded by the disposal of numerous electric vehicles, which posed environmental hazards due to the presence of lithium-ion batteries within them. Recognizing the urgency of this issue, Volkswagen has taken proactive steps by establishing a pilot EV battery recycling operation at its inaugural EV battery hub, located in Salzgitter, Germany. Notably, other industry leaders such as Tesla, Toyota, and Ford have demonstrated their commitment to sustainability by entering into battery recycling agreements with redwood materials. These collaborative efforts are aimed at forging more environmentally responsible and sustainable supply chains for electric vehicle batteries. Despite the challenges Volkswagen has been facing, they remain confident in their ability to succeed in the EV market. Their ambitious goals include reaching 80% EV sales in Europe by 2030, up from the previous target of 70%, and 55% in North America, an increase from the earlier goal of 50%. Battery electric vehicles will play a central role in Volkswagen's electrification strategy, with a plan to produce exclusively EVs in Europe by 2033. In the near term, they aim to introduce 10 new BEV models by 2026, which includes variants of existing models such as the Volkswagen ID.3, ID.3 GTX, and ID.2. Volkswagen's Emden plant is set to join the Zwickau and Dresden factories in the production of electric vehicles, further solidifying their commitment to the electric future.